My first guest is a licensed psychologist specializing in grief, anxiety and depression, parent-adult conflict, stress management, and more. Let's go ahead and welcome in Dr. Ina Creekbaum to Cali's Best Radio Show. Hello, ma'am.
Hi, thank you so much for having me here. I'm so happy to be on Cali's Best Radio Show.
You did that so well. Thank you, my hype woman. Yes. Dr. Ina Creekbaum, it's so good to have you here. I want you to go ahead and tell us a little bit about your professional background and what inspired you to pursue psychology.
So actually my background starts with a bachelor's degree in psychology, which I received from Southern New Hampshire University. And then that was followed by a master's degree in counseling psychology from California Baptist University, and finally a doctorate in psychology from Argosy University.
Check the credentials. Did you hear that? Okay.
I've actually been in the field for over 10 years.
Wow. Okay.
And I just celebrated my 1-year anniversary license as a psychologist working in private practice in Riverside.
Wow. So this is your own practice?
My own practice.
Oh, congratulations. And yes, so that's what we're here to talk about today. All the guests here today are running their own businesses. And then we also have a politician in the building. So it's going from A to Z. We're covering it all here tonight. So Ms. Ina, go ahead and let us know, like, in your private practice right now, what are the types of mental health issues that you're seeing commonly right now?
A lot of anxiety. There's been a surge in anxiety, I would imagine, since the last election. We won't get too much into why, but a lot of people are really dealing with some anxiety and some fears, and we're seeing another spike in that with this turn of events that have happened in the last few days, again, without getting into specifics.
So, and you're not speaking about the whole coronavirus thing?
No, the election.
Just the okay, yeah, well, yes, don't they have a right to be anxious over this, though?
I say yes.
Yes, okay. Because I was going to say, I've been anxious. Do I need to come see you? Because, yeah,
I have a few spots left.
All right. So, yeah, anxiety and depression seems to be a really, big thing. You know, so many people are suffering from it. Why?
Honestly, I think that as we see an increase in the utilization of social media, we see a significant increase in disconnection. Relationships that once were formed by children playing outside together, growing up, staying close, staying tight, are changing. And so now the isolation, the loneliness is at an all-time high. And it's being perpetrated by false connections, that false sense of, well, I'm typing, therefore I know you. Ooh. And then we have catfishing, we have ghosting, we have gaslighting. We have so many things going on to perpetrate the connection, or disconnection rather, as well as harm. We're seeing people harmed in a way that they were never harmed before. Therefore, their parents don't know how to help them because we've never seen this before.
Right. Now, do you advocate for kids, say 11, 12 years old, to even be on social media?
Not without proper monitoring.
Yeah.
I believe if your child's on Facebook, you should be their number one friend.
Yes, I agree. I feel like it's fortunate that I raised children 30 years ago, because I would not be for any of this. They would be so backwards. They would not know what Instagram was until they were at least 16 or so, you know?
Well, unfortunately, at the same time, we have to prepare our children.
Oh,
the world
scary.
They live in is very much YouTube and Kik and TikTok. So the idea of isolating them from that when their friends have access can also be detrimental.
Well,
knowledge is power.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Social media is like, I don't know, 50-50 for me. I can live with it. I can live without it.
Right, but this generation that's out there now feels they can't live without it.
Oh my gosh. And so that was actually going to be one of my big questions, was the impact of social media on mental health. And so now you have these different sites like Facebook, or actually Instagram, talking about taking likes away, because people, if you don't get enough likes on your whatever you post, then you're unpopular and you feel bad. And then I've even heard of people using the filters and taking pictures, and now they feel like they should really look like that.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, so you have to understand this. Low self-esteem has been around forever. And then it's compounded by the influencers who have amazing bodies, and they're getting all of this money to present themselves in a certain fashion. And so where we once had magazines telling us and models telling us how we should look, we now have YouTube, and we have Insta, and we have Facebook, and it goes on. And so the comparisons just don't stop.
So is your practice pretty burgeoning? You said it's here in Riverside?
Yes, I'm off of near Riverwalk, Pierce.
Oh, okay, yeah. I
Yeah.
know exactly where that's at. Okay. And so one of the areas that you specialize in is parent and adult conflict.
It's for adult children. And so essentially the premise is our parents don't always know what we need. And we often feel we don't get the parents we wanted. And so I specialize in helping people grieve the parents they wish they had while accepting the parents that they do have.
Interesting.
And we do what's called parental reinterpretation. I believe parents love their kids. I can't say all of them, but I'd say 90% try. And so, for instance, if you're in a career field, say game art design, and your parent doesn't understand what that is, they might say to you, "That's ridiculous. That's not a job." What they mean is, "I'm worried about you. If you get this degree, you're going to owe student loan debt. If you can't find a job, I won't know how to help you." It's very different than "don't do that."
Right.
And so when you understand where they're coming from, which is a place of fear and love, you can reinterpret it to use it.
In your benefit, in a
You
beneficial
benefit
way.
because you're free from the pain of what they said, and you understand why they said it.
Do you ever get clients, adult kids who are having types of conflict with their parents, like their parents don't agree with who they're with or the choices that they're making in life?
All the time. No
Oh,
one
boy.
tells parents when your children are small, birth to 11, you tell them what to do, when to do it, what to wear, how to wear it, what to eat, when to eat, and on and on. But once they turn 12, 13, based on their level of maturity, you want to start asking questions instead of telling. Start to develop their critical thinking skills. Why? Because when they're with you, they do what you tell them. But when they're not with you, what are they doing?
Right.
They must know how to make choices for themselves. And so then when they're 16, 17, conflict happens. That's a good thing because you want to let them go. You want them to be launched successfully. If they stay cute, warm, and fuzzy, you'd never let them go.
All right, gotcha. That's some good advice right there. I have adult children in their 30s, and I was thinking more or less, well, they have made choices that but as a parent, it's like I tell my kids, this is how I feel. Do whatever you're gonna do.
Well, you're not supposed to like everything your children do.
And I don't.
That's a good thing. The fact that you know what they did means they're talking to you.
Yeah,
And that's what's important.
I have one kid. She just tell me everything, and I'm like, oh, I didn't really need to know all that. But okay, I sit there and I listen, and I just try and support her as best as possible. But the whole adult child thing can be a little
Daunting, very much
daunting.
so.
Yes. All right. So, but back to the anxiety and depression. It seems like ever since 2020 rolled in, people are dying left, right, and center. A lot of it suicides by overdosing, stemming from anxiety and depression. So what should people do if they are feeling any kind of way?
Definitely reach out to licensed professionals. We do have communities and we have support from our families and our friends. But when you're feeling that dire, you need a licensed professional. I can't stress that enough.
Okay. And so how would people reach out to you and your practice? Is it just you or you have others or?
It's just me for now.
Okay.
I am going to be growing and expanding, so pretty excited about that. But for now, it's just me. I can be reached by phone,
Okay.
909-856-5904. I'm also found on psychologytoday.com. And my personal website is dreinacreekbaum.weebly.com.
Nice. All right. So you're on Psychology Today. They can just go and look your name up
Yes.
there. Okay, that sounds good. And so the practice again is kind of like in the Corona Rivers,
Right on the cusp of Corona.
on the cusp of Corona. And what areas do you serve?
Anywhere. If you can get to me, I'll see you.
Okay. Do you do tele advice?
Yes, I
too?
do.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Just getting started in that field, though.
I like that though.
But if I can say what got me into psychology, actually, was kind of odd. I saw something on Charles Manson as a child,
Oh,
and I
okay.
wanted to know why.
Why he was?
Why?
And
Well,
why?
not so much why he did what he did.
Why the
but why
followers?
his followers did what he did.
Interesting. Interesting.
And if you look at that, think about that. That was the 60s. The Manson family, right? They wanted to be connected, and we still do.
Wow. Crazy. He just passed away this last
Yes.
year. Yeah. All right. Well, I am so excited to meet you and to have a reference, because I would not know who to contact if somebody that I know needed an issue, or if I myself had an issue. So I'm glad to meet you, actually.
Thank you so much.
And that you opened up practice here in Riverside County. This is awesome.
Thank you so much.
We wish you the best in your practice. And once again, just let them know where they can find you.
Again, I can be reached by phone 909-856-5904. My website's drina.creekbaum.weebly.com, and I'm also on Psychology Today.
All right. And anything you want our listeners to know? Anything else?
Just don't give up.
Oh, I love it.
Don't give up. I'm here as evidence that we can go through hard times. I lost my whole family of origin, and I finished all of my degrees with honors and set records. You can do it. Don't give up.
Wow. That's amazing. Amazing. I have to have you back so we can get more in depth, okay?
I'd love to.
All right. And then we'll take some questions from the audience.
Absolutely.
We'll take some questions. All right. Thank you so much, ma'am. All righty.
Thank you.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take a short commercial break, and then I'm going to get into it with my next guest, okay? All right.